Welcome everyone to tableauinfo.com. Nice to meet you again. And what I have for you today. Subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. Don't miss to hit the bell icon. Do visit my website www.tableauinfo.com. You'll get more material over there. So I'm glad to inform that we are going to start a free Tableau specialist training program. This is my first session where we will talk about connecting to and preparing data, create and save data connection, create live connection to a data source, explain the differences between using live connection versus extract, create and extract, save metadata properties in a.dts file. So let's get started. First of all, we should talk about why live. There are certain reports where you cannot think of an extract, and we'll go with the live report. For example, IPL live score. You would not like to watch IPL live score tomorrow. You would like to watch that live. You would not like to see live monitoring of a patient health in a hospital tomorrow. You would like to see that today. So in cases where there are no option of thinking about an extract or a lag of time, then you don't even think about live of an extract report. So, but in the cases where you can think where lag is allowed, where this lag is allowed, we can think of an extract. We can think of the extract, which is .hyper now post 10.5. So let's get started. Here you can see why extract. Extract because it is having columnar DB. That means on the right hand side, if you can see the figure over there on the right hand side, you can see columnar store. On the left hand side, it shows the traditional RDBMS. In the traditional RDBMS, the part taken through data to calculate an aggregate of profit requires visiting each row. It will have to visit each row. But in columnar store, part taken through data to calculate an aggregate profit is a single straight line. It will not have to go to each and every row over there, and that improves the performance. There are certain other factors as well. I'll try to paste a link so that you can go through in detail. So because of properties like this, columnar store, it reduces the input output. Tableau engine further complement it with easy to aggregate utility. Its architecture awareness is more. It uses memory and RAM. Each column is equal to a memory mapped file, and you can use extract filter to reduce data further. For the last point, it will make more sense if we go back to our worksheet and do something. And maybe I'll add a brand new data source, sample superstore. There are two ways of creating an extract, and you can say right click extract data, or you can go to the data source, and instead of live you can choose extract. When you choose extract option, you can further tune it by adding filters. For example, I'm a regional manager of South and I don't want to see any other data. That will help you to reduce your extract data size. You can add more filters over there. You can say incremental refresh. If you have incremental refresh property within your data set and your historical data is not getting updated, this will really help you to improve your performance. That will avoid full table refresh. Also, if you are working at development or say UAT, you can go with the top 100 and 1000 rows and quickly analyze your data for testing. There are other options as well. For example, hide all unused field. That will make more sense when I go back to the sheet number 7 and try to drag and drop few dimension and measures over there. That means if I go to edit and I say hide all unused field, it will show me only the relevant fields over there, like order date and profit. And as I said, with the help of that slide, columnar store, the more you reduce the number of columns, the better performance you achieve. Now let us move over to save metadata and data source. So I can edit and save metadata. There are different options over there. For example, where is my new data source? Now this one is my new data source, and I say I want to change, I want to rename it, say order date latest, and or say if I want to change the default property of date format to custom, or say to this format, I can do that. I can also change in hierarchy. I can create new hierarchy. So this is what we were talking about, changing, edit metadata. And if I want, I can save my data source, so that next time when I open this data source in the form of .tds file, which is pointing towards the data source, these changes will be already there, and I don't have to make these changes again and again. But the best advantage of this is when you publish this data source. There is an option over there, publish to server. So when you publish to the Tableau server, that means all the users, all of your co-workers, colleagues who are having access to this very particular data source, now they can log in and directly make use of these changes that you have made at metadata level. That's what I was talking about. So when you publish, I cannot show you, how to publish. I'm not connected to Tableau server, but once you publish, after there is a one click only, you have to publish. You have to choose the particular project and publish your workbook. And the users who are authorized to make use of your project and this very particular workbook, or say this very particular data source, they can next time log in. They can connect to the data source. They'll have option, and you will say Tableau server like this. So here you will have the option. You will just type in your data source name, and that will pop up like this. And you'll have to just connect to that very particular data source. It is safe, it is secure, it is easy to share. Whatever changes that you have made to the published data source, whether it has calculation level or default property level, will be available to everyone. So they can make full advantage of that. That is the advantage of having a published data source. Now we have come to the end of this very particular session. Our first session is over. I'll come back with the next session. We'll talk more about the topics over there. For this very particular topic, there are no PDFs, because there's nothing much with the Tableau workbook. But in the next session, we'll be able to do that. So thanks for watching this session, and I hope you enjoyed this. We'll meet next time. Till then, goodbye. Take care.